As if the plethora of social media platforms was not enough, there is now a new destination for the world to share their thoughts, views, opinions, pictures, and life. In an era of oversharing, you may question whether the latest offering from Mark Zuckerberg-run Meta was really needed. But Threads, as it's called, is not just an add-on to Instagram. It's supposed to be the Twitter killer. It looks like Twitter lets you share your thoughts up to 500 words, tag friends, and share photos. It does not have hashtags or trends and promises to be a happier, kinder place than Twitter that is known to be quite toxic. Threads is also Mark Zuckerberg's sucker punch to Elon Musk, who, in a true story, has challenged Zuck to a cage match. I'm not sure who wins that fight, but this battle between the tech titans has well and truly begun. While launching Threads, Zuckerberg said Twitter had a big opportunity to be a big public conservations app, but has not nailed it. Elon Musk has gone one step further, accusing Zuckerberg of copying his site and using his ex-employees to build a similar product. He threatens to sue Meta and says competition is fine, but cheating is not. Now, whether these tech titans fight in a cage or on the internet, the prize is the same. Your eyeballs, your time, your attention, and above all, your data. The question we're posing today is, even as the tech czars fight over you, are they playing their part? Does another social media platform mean another place for toxicity, for attacks, for fake information, and for trolls to flourish? What are the safeguards Musk or Zuck are putting up to protect their most valuable resources? That's you, the user. To speak on this, I'm joined first by Akash Banerjee, a YouTuber, well-known influencer, and goes by the Deshbhakt online. Akash, great to have you on the show. As we talk about the clash of the titans, I have to ask you, are you on Threads? What do you think of it? Is it better than Twitter? Do you still love Twitter?
Happy to inform you that we are on Threads. As a matter of fact, Deshbhakt joined yesterday. We have more than 30,000 people already on Threads. So we did it to answer some of the questions that you just now posed to your audience. What is this whole business of a copycat clone thread? Is it of any use? So we did it as an experiment. And let me tell you, we are pretty impressed by the initial reactions that we are getting, the initial feel that we are getting, which has been missing from some of the other alternatives of Twitter. Remember, this is not the first time that Twitter has had an alternative, but it seems that for the very first time, Twitter needs to really worry about Twitter.
Why is that? Why is that? Is it a nicer, kinder place, as Mark Zuckerberg claims it will be? Is it sweeter? Does it have some of the Instagram rainbows and feel-good kind of effect?
Okay, so we haven't really gone down that rabbit hole of rainbows and sweet effects and confetti till now. That might just happen. But, you know, it's, okay, first and foremost, clarifications, not a Zuckerberg fan at all. But he did say something very interesting. He said Twitter had its chance. It is a ball of negativity and toxicity, which is true. And when you close Twitter, when you shut down Twitter, you are an unhappier, angrier person. Now, I understand that you don't have to do a jiggy dance or expose yourself to make people happy. Can you have a productive conversation without being unhappy? I really believe that Instagram/Zuck/Meta is coming in at a time when Twitter has completely lost it. It's completely failed. It's completely gone bonkers. And the attitude of Elon Musk, whether SpaceX gets to Mars or not, but his attitude definitely is on Mars at this point of time. So we just did a normal test. We put out a few tweets as threads, and we said we're going to shut down our Twitter activity for 1 week. And we announced it also. And we started putting the same content that we put on Twitter onto Instagram for the last 36 hours now. I wanted to see what is the kind of reaction that comes this. Now, this is very important. What happens on Twitter is basically the worst, abusive, troll, bot. They are the ones that surface right at the top. And, you know, we've tried to raise this issue with Twitter. Twitter has said that we will make conversations better, and it has miserably failed. What is very, very critical is Instagram has better connectivity, conversation abilities. People whom you know, their conversations will bubble up. People whom you want to block will be silently blocked. Overall, the conversation experience on Instagram is much, much better than most any other platform. I'm biased towards YouTube. YouTube does it even better. What Twitter has failed, can Instagram cheat on Twitter? Take the best part. Like, of course, the whole interface is stolen. Agreed. But can it then use its ability on Instagram to have better conversations, more positive conversations? Can I see my friends up top? Can I block a nuance creator absolutely quietly? See, on what happens on Twitter is you block somebody, then that person goes screaming, "Oh, I was blocked." The beauty of Instagram and now on Thread is that that person doesn't even know you're blocked. It's only when that person tries to find you that they will discover, oh, I can't even find this person. There is no blocked notification at all. So overall, if Instagram can have better conversations in Threads also, that same technology, Twitter has to worry a lot then. If bots take over Threads in the next few weeks, then it's advantage Twitter.
So the other sort of USP of Twitter has always been, Akash, and you know, as a journalist, why I go to Twitter is because the newsmakers are there, right? That's where actually a lot of news breaks. They come in, they talk about what's happening, they respond to each other. I mean, even right now, Musk is dissing Zuckerberg on Twitter. Zuckerberg is responding on Threads, and we're collating all of that, and it's becoming news. What about that currency, the currency of now, the currency of serious stuff that can be toxic? And then, of course, Instagram is for all the fun and games.
Yeah, I think that is what the CEO of Twitter also pointed out, is that you can have cheap imitations, but this is where the conversation really happens, and that's where it's always going to happen. I really think that in today's day and age of social media, where things are moving at such a rapid pace, you cannot afford to be so overconfident, and you cannot be so cocky about the fact is that because conversation has been happening here, because the newsmakers are here today, they will remain there tomorrow. Let's be very, very clear. We work on social media platforms. I spend way too much of my life on social media platforms. YouTube is, Facebook is 2.5 billion. YouTube is 2 billion. Instagram is 1 billion. What is Twitter? 300? 350 million? Depending on who you ask. It's a nobody. So imagine on the first day, if Threads are able to get 30 million people signing up, I'm not saying they're going to stay always, but as of now, in the first 24 hours, they had 30 million people. That is 10% of Twitter's strength on your first day. Now imagine if they
by the way,
adding...
quick update. Mark Zuckerberg has put out on Thread that has become 70 million. So that number's already gone up.
Imagine. And I am talking to you about Twitter, which is 350 million. So obviously the marvelous strategy, and this is where everybody struggles, that as you asked the question, who's going to be there? Who cares? The newsmakers are here. And I think to answer that, they had this bridge between Instagram and Threads. And your followers are instantly able to track you there. And that is why we managed to get more than 30,000 people within 24, 48 hours. Now that kills the first big hurdle, that an advantage, the moat that Twitter had at that point of time. Now, if more and more people are going to come and join, you will be there, Tamanna. Mirror Now will be there. A Times of India group will be there. And people will feel the need to be then present on that platform. The conversations can shift. Tamanna, let's not forget, this is that same Instagram that managed to, okay, in India, of course, TikTok is banned. But to a large extent, they were able to copy TikTok, make it even better in some regards, and make it a universal platform. So if they've been able to copy TikTok and do a good job out of that on Reels, what prevents us from thinking that they can't do the same when TikTok is still doing good and they're still on their toes? When Twitter is crumbling at this point of time, and the timing is very, very critical of when they have decided to do this. And I think I'm going to take this seriously for the next few weeks. I'm going to reduce my Twitter consumption and Twitter output, and I am focusing more on Threads because the conversation quality seems to be better at this point of time. If I can engage with people meaningfully, if I can get not bots, not people abusing left, right, and center. Automatic blocking systems are available. Tamanna, it needs to be pointed out here. Elon Musk was the biggest opponent to bots before he bought Twitter. And he said bots are ruling, this is all fake, and 5% our accounts are original. After he buys it, suddenly all the conversation about bots disappears. What? Twitter is now bot free? All accounts are genuine? That's bunkum. If there is genuine conversation, even at lower numbers, I think Threads is a winning proposition.
So the other concern, and again, something that Elon has been pointing out, Mark Zuckerberg and Meta already have the lion's share through all of their many, many platforms, lion's share of social media users with them. And that's a bit scary. That's a bit dangerous. Because then the conversation might be, like you said, more genuine, but also one man has the trigger to decide what you see and what you don't see. It's a monopoly, and a monopoly is not good anywhere.
There, I have to agree with you that it is not good when I look at the platforms that we are already on. So Instagram belongs to him and Facebook belongs to him, and now Threads will belong to him. That's not an ideal situation anywhere.
And WhatsApp?
However, and of course, we all know that Facebook has been compromised in many countries and many democracies, and Facebook would do anything to get money and to survive. All I want to point out here is that Musk is not a Masiha in that case. He's made it amply clear. I need to survive. I will follow the country's guidelines. If they tell me to take something down, I will take something down. I don't want my people to go to jail. So while it is a bad thing that you have concentration of social media power in one hand, in Zuck's hand, all I want to point out is that Twitter wasn't doing great for freedom of speech also. I think Twitter has done more harm. It has encouraged more bots. It has encouraged more fake news. And I just hope that some sense prevails and Zuckerberg actually says, no, Instagram has been a better, more positive place. It's not called a place of toxicity. Can I make this as a more intelligent version of Instagram? Can I make this a text version of Instagram? Can I make this a news version of Instagram? Where serious conversation happens, where news happens. If he is able to do that, oh, goodbye to Twitter.
All right, nothing lasts forever. Just one last question, Akash, and then I'll let you go. We are also taking this conversation forward from the point of view of, okay, Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg are in this big war. They all want, users, attention, eyeballs, and their clash of the titans is very entertaining for all of us. But what about the responsibilities of social media platforms and the toxicity that you talk about? Yes, it's more on Twitter, but it's not as if the rest is super squeaky clean. There are various forms of toxicity that filter in through social media, and no one's talking about it, and no one's holding these guys responsible.
So, Tamanna, my understanding of social media and what is possible in what sort of control, I mean, it's very ironic, very funny. Once upon a time, a few years ago, I'm talking about few years ago, okay, no AI, that's all latest technology. A few years ago, we were uploading a video that had a little bit of a Hindi, I think it was a Hindi audio track, some movie track that we were using a clip. The clip was not more than 10 seconds. A few years ago. While uploading that video with that 10-second of audio, Facebook told us, you cannot upload this because this has copyrighted content. I was like, what? You were able to detect the audio that I was uploading and tell me that this is, you cross-referenced it and you were able to tell me this is copyrighted. This is a few years ago. Are you telling me that in today's day and age, using AI, these platforms can't understand what is a bot, who is real, who is fake, who is spreading hatred? Where is that one concentrated IP coming from an IT cell? Is this a targeted attack happening on somebody? Everything is possible. The only thing is intention. Do these social media platforms want this sort of brazen attack, trolling, abusing to go on? If they want, they can stop it. You know, on YouTube, there are two levels of checking kind of comments. Restrict unwarranted comments, and then extreme restriction. The algorithm itself will understand. And you know what? It has a 90% accuracy. I mean, I asked you or your viewers to go and have a look at my Twitter, on my YouTube thread, the comments. You will not find any abusive language because it gets automatically filtered. It is possible. But the only thing is, as you pointed out, everybody wants eyeballs. Everybody loves a good fight. And when you have a good fight, people are abusing each other. Your overall traction is increasing. That needs to stop. And unless until perhaps we realize it, we put the pressure on, maybe if a better threads works out, then social media platforms would say, okay, I mean, let's not do abusive, let's do constructive. Maybe we live in hope.
Yeah, it's early days yet to see what this
Yeah.
new platform will look like, but at least gives us an opportunity to have the conversation. Thank you so much, Akash Banerjee, for joining us. Always a pleasure to have you on the